Hi everybody, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. So we are at the Wachee Mermaid State Park. Super excited. I'm going to show you guys. There's the statue. So we're going to go in and we are going to see what all they have available. We're going to try to watch a mermaid show. I'm hoping they have the mermaid shows today. They said it really depending on the weather. So hopefully they'll have it. So we're going to go ahead and go in and start walking around and start showing you guys the mermaids. Guys, look at the mermaid and the peacocks. Look at the peacock. Okay, so we're going to go on the boat ride. So we're going to go find the boat ride. So we're going to go on the boat ride first. Look at the peacock, everybody. Look how pretty. Hi. Hi. Oh, he's beautiful. Okay, so we are, here's the memory of a mermaid. Look how beautiful. So here's the legend of the mermaid, a legend of Princess of Wonder, the Wachee mermaid. Once upon a time, a princess was born to King Neptune. She was not ordinary mermaid. She was so fair and pretty and so sweet that she was called Princess Wondrous. So you can read all that. That tells you about the mermaid, how we got the park. So this is called the Wilderness Cruise. This looks like this is going to be our boat. I don't know if you can see the needlefish. Alright everybody, so we're on the boat. Now we're just waiting to depart. Alright guys, here we go. The boat's starting, so we're fixing to go on our boat ride. Say hi, YouTube. No, I guess not.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to.
I was recording.
Oh, I didn't know. Look at them mullet.
Alright, here we go, guys. Just turn the boat around.
Look at them mullet.
You can see the mullet jumping everywhere.
Before, number one.
The boat's name was Aqua Belle.
Coast Guard regulated vessel. At the helm today, we have Captain Ted. Everybody say hi to Captain Ted.
Hi, Captain.
He's the one that decided whether you boat back or swim back. Last trip was swim. That's a diving bird. Swims through the water, catches its prey. So you can tell she just ate. She's down in the water. Wings are waterlogged because they have no oil in their feathers. And coming up ahead, see another ending there. That's a male ending good. So because it's all black.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know the name of this river? Ooh, you got it. You get to boat back today. The rest of y'all is swimming. This is the Wachee River. And it is fed by the Wachee Spring. You go to see the mermaids today, you'll be looking at water.
It's a pretty
There are many
tree.
species of saltwater fish that can do this, but there are no species of freshwater fish that can do the same. This time of year, you also get snook and mangrove snapper in from the Gulf, trying to stay warm as well.
I know that.
This river turns into a little hot tub for many species during the winter months. It's the only species of cypress that loses its leaves during the winter. That's a fairly young tree, only 100 years old or so. the state took ownership, monkeys were removed as they're not native to Florida. They were sent down to a preserve in Tarpon Springs, where you can see them to this day. They enjoy a nice retirement there, and last I heard they'd taken a phone. For lettuce. It's an invasive species, thought to be native to South America and brought by the Spanish in the ballast of their ships. Though it is invasive, manatee do eat it. I've seen one jumping out of the board. So it does serve some kind of function. The manatees help keep it under control. The average manatee will weigh over 1,000.
There's an Ingo. Look how
That's a
pretty.
yellow-bellied slider. But we also have alligator snapping turtles and soft-shell turtles.
Oh, yeah, see.
Okay guys, so that was the boat ride. It was so much fun. We had a blast. The people that did our boat ride, they were so nice. So the crew was awesome, very informative. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. So we're just gonna walk around. So we're gonna walk around now and just check out the rest of the stuff. We're gonna go do the ranger experience. So we're gonna walk this way. Going this way is the ranger experience. This is the wildlife show. See the squirrel? He's just hanging out. They got beautiful azaleas blooming. The Mermaid Show starts at 11. So we're gonna go do the wildlife. These are
Every so often they build a boardwalk out for people to look at.
yeah, it's not my radar.
Well, it was on Fox News.
So you come around the corner and there is some bleachers that you're gonna sit on to watch the wildlife show, and the wildlife show is gonna be right there. Alright, so this is where we're gonna wait for the wildlife show. So it starts in about 10 minutes. So
Great.
Good. Well, welcome to Weeki, Wachee. My name is Ranger Allie, and today I'm going to be showing off a few of our native animals, as well as talking about their importance and giving you some helpful tips for when you are out in nature. But before we get into that, I'd love to ask, when you think of Weeki, Wachee, what's that number one word that pops into your head? Our mermaids have been swimming their tails off in our waters since 1947. When our founder, Mr. Newton Perry, came along and decided to build that underwater theater so us humans can enjoy those mermaid shows. But what a lot of people don't realize is that here at Weeki, Wachee, aside from our attraction, we have over 1,000 acres set aside as wildlife preserve land. That is where us park rangers come in. We help to manage that land so it can be there for the future generations to enjoy. So without further ado, I think we're going to take a hike out to a part of that property today. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. We all got our hiking boots on? Yeah? Okay.
No.
We all got our bug spray on? Yeah? No? Okay. Well, wow. Okay. Well, you know what? I am fully prepared, so I guess I'll do all the walking for us. You guys don't have to move much farther than where you are. Now, it might take me a minute to get out there. It's a pretty far walk. And we made it. Good job, guys. Did I lose anybody along the way? Maybe a couple, it's fine. They always show up. Eventually. Anyways, we've made it to our prime habitat. This here is what's known as the scrub. Now, the scrub is very hot, very dry. As you can imagine, a desert in the middle of Florida might seem a bit odd as we are surrounded by water, but it's actually due to the sand that's found within this environment. This sand here is what's known as sugar sand, and it is very, very fine. Because of that, as our rainwaters fall down from the sky and hit the surface, well, it just goes straight through down to the limestone. This means that there is little to no standing water out in the scrub, and most of our plants and animals have had to adapt to live in that harsher climate. It's bloom right now. They don't normally bloom this time of year, but I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about that guy right there with the bright yellow flower. That right there is what's known as the prickly pear cactus, and it gets its name because, well, it's a cactus, so it's very prickly, and it does produce a nice little fruit that I have heard tastes a lot like a pear. Now, this prickly pear cactus is a great addition to 80% of the vegetation out in the scrub. This right here is what's known as the scrub rosemary. Now, it is not like the rosemary you and I would cook with. In fact, it probably doesn't taste that great, as it has actually adapted to leach a chemical out through its root system that makes the surrounding areas. Show of hands? Oh, okay, cool. I just needed to know who to throw this one to in case anything went wrong. Sir in the orange shirt, you look like you were down to volunteer. I'll just throw her to you, okay? No, I'm just teasing. We are not allowed to throw them out as prizes anymore. Here I have the Florida pine snake. Now, can anybody imagine where this snake is normally found? Oklahoma in the Oaks. Yes, exactly. No, of course, the Florida pine snake is primarily found here in Florida in our pine woods forest. And this is because their food, this is because that is also where their diet happens to reside. You see, these guys are actually a burrowing species of snake, as they go after what's known as the pocket gopher. It's a tiny little rodent that digs its own burrows into the ground, and this snake has adapted to follow those burrows through to get that nice meal on the other side. Because of this, they're one of our rarer tortoise. The gopher tortoise gets its name because it spends most of its time digging those burrows in the ground. Now, those burrows can go anywhere from 10 feet back to 40 feet deep and can reach temperatures of up to 10 degrees cooler than those here on our surface. So as you can imagine, on a really hot Florida summer day, it's a great place to hide out in and to cool animal species that will use the gopher tortoise burrow as a resource. This has earned them the name Keystone Species. It means that they're the key to the health and survival of their entire ecosystem, and that's because of those burrows. Now, when it comes to the gopher tortoise, they're also very helpful as they will help us out when it comes to plant management as well. You see, they're one of the primate. Well, those tiny center sections are about how big this girl started out as. No bigger than the size of my palm. And then as she grew, well, that shell had to make space for her, so it begins to separate between each one of the sections and fill back in with a material known as keratin. Now, if that sounds familiar, that is because keratin is what our very own fingernails are made of. Wow, not only did you guys get the flowers to bloom out of season, but now you got the fish to sit still. You guys need to come around more often. You're all magic. Well, while I've got him here, I might as well talk about my favorite fish, and that's this guy right here at the bottom. That right there is what's known as the sheep's head. It's a very interesting fish, not just for its outward coloration of that black and white stripe, but also for what's on the inside of its mouth. You see, the inside of this fish's mouth is lined top and bottom with human-like molars. Yeah, they can swim up to you, and sometimes they look like they stole your grandma's dentures, but they didn't. They have adapted to be this way over time as they primarily feed on snails. And snails have that hard outer shell. So by having those human-like molars, it allows them to grind that shell down and get to that nice meaty part on the inside. This is pretty important for us here at Weeki, Wachee, as we actually have an invasive snail known as the Apple Snail. It grows about 5. Wachee, our water stays a constant 72 to 74 degrees year-round. So that means that even on a cold day like today, this water actually feels a lot more like bath water. It's getting out of the water that's the issue. However, if you were to come on one of our really hot days, the other 364 days here in Florida, this water would actually be nice, cool, and crisp, as it's warmer outside than it is in the water. It's really cool. I have the Florida manatee. Oh yeah, my bad. No, it's the Florida man with teeth. Manatee, man with teeth. I promise, not all my jokes are that bad. Just most of them. Anyways, no, here of course I have our American owl. And it's not just one of our most notable species here in Florida. It's also one of our biggest success stories in the world of wildlife conservation. This is because the American alligator was once hunted to near extinction out in our wild. Because of that, we were losing our apex predator. That's the very top of the food chain. They're usually the ones who help to make sure that all the other populations don't overpopulate and overuse their resource. So by losing them out in the ecosystem, well, it kind of sent everything out of balance. So we realized, okay, hunting has gotten us into this mess. Let's just say no more hunting, right? That should work. Well, it did. Here Terry has our little friend Opa. Please give her your undivided attention as she talks to you about birds.
Hey guys.
Hi.
This is Opa. Hi Opa. I kind of have to start off with I have 2 fish and a husband. Now those are the only, that is the only testosterone in my house. All my dogs, all my cats, everything else in my house is female. So I tend to say she. Opa is a boy. Opa is a male. Opa generally does not mind when I say she, but it might confuse you guys. So I just want to let you know, Opa is a he, and just ignore me when I start saying she. Anyway, Opa is a barred owl, and barred owls are really easy to identify because they have bards going down the front, right? Like Allie said, it's just really, we don't use a whole lot of creativity when we name some things. But they also have a really distinct hoot. Some people think it sounds like who cooks for you. It's multi-tonal, it's hoo hoo hoo. And if you have one in your yard, I mean, like, you're really lucky. First of all, you'll identify it right away. And the odds of you having one in the yard are pretty good because they are extremely common all over the United States. Now, if you have 2, this time of year, you'll know, they'll talk back and forth. Well, in about 8 weeks, you're gonna have a marketplace going on because they're breeding right now. So you're gonna have some babies, which is actually very awesome. Now, it's very easy to tell the difference between a prey animal and a predator. You just have to look at their eyes. Because if you guys look at me and you close one eye, you see me. Well, when you close the other eye, you have to open this one. You still see me, and I switch over a little bit. If you're a prey animal and you close this eye, you get one whole picture over here. And then you close this eye, and you get another whole picture over there. And a prey animal can't put them together. Because a prey animal has to sit there and figure out what's coming at it from where. Because something's always looking to eat a prey animal. So, they have really good, birds of prey have really, really good eyesight. And I want you to think about how they hunt. Okay, they sit up in a tree, right? Now they have great eyesight, but what does the bottom of the forest floor look like? Unless it's one of your lawns, it's covered with leaves, it's grasses like yo-high, it's got all kinds of stuff all over the place, right? So they might not necessarily see that snake or that rat or whatever it is they're going after, but they'll hear it because they have better hearing. Now owls have an interesting kind of hearing. It's called directional hearing. If we hear something, we kind of have to look around and zone in on it, okay? Owls don't have to do that. After the program, I'll be up here, and you can take a good close look at Opa's beak. It looks like somebody cut a toothbrush and glued all kinds of bristles around his beak. Okay, those bristles grab sound. Enjoy the it looks like those bristles grab sound, right? Those bristles move sound to the very, very softly feathers that go around the face. Okay, I know you got a 930 boat, right? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
I know, we're trying to figure out how to make the sound and move it to the very, very soft feathers. We do have another show at noon if you want to see the rest of it. Okay. Moves it to the very, very soft feathers around the face. Now, all owls have that beautiful, beautiful ring around their face. It serves a purpose, not just to make them look pretty, because owls' ears, one's higher than the other. So that ring takes the sound from their soft feathers and transports it over to the ring and to the ears. And that's what the ring does. So when an owl hears something, they're going to hear their prey before they're going to see it. And they're going to focus in and they're going to look. Once they hear that snake moving around, they're going to focus in. And that's when their eyes take over because the leaf litter is going to start moving. Okay, I don't really worry about a bird of prey's beak, even those great big hawks. Okay, you don't really have to worry about those beaks. They don't hunt with their beaks. Everybody's seen a picture of those eagles that go zooming down, right, and grab the fish out of the water. Well, that's how they hunt with these things. They're called talons, not claws. Okay, talons are really, really sharp, really, really strong. And my glove is really, really thick. Because when they swoop down and they grab that prey, first of all, they have to be dead on and get it, okay? They have to hold on. Because if they miss it, or if it gets loose. Yeah, thank you. Oh, our pleasure.
Yeah. You're just a striped old owl, aren't you? You old man. Have a good day.
So they have a very similar lifespan to us as humans.
Alright guys, so that was the wildlife show here at Wachee State Park, which was really fun. We had the which was really cool. The people here are so friendly and they're so well educated and they know so much about all their stuff, so it's really cool. So we're going to head on over to the Mermaid Show and see if we can check out the Mermaid Show. It starts at 11 o'clock, so let's head that way. Go under the sea. Here we go. So we're waiting on the Mermaid Show to start.
And peaceful, a place of weightlessness, a world as old as time and as new as a dream. Behold this beauty as our story unfolds.
Oh my goodness!
That's right there.
Far out in our sea, the water is as blue as the loveliest cornflower, and as pure as the clearest glass, and it is deep. Here dwell a strange and wondrous race of people, half human, half fish. These peaceful creatures spend their time tending to their undersea garden. Legend tells us these undersea people were known as mermaids. They swim gracefully and with little effort in their beautiful sea kingdom. They live a happy and gentle life. It's a wonderful place to live and usually uneventful. But today is not an ordinary day. For everyone in the kingdom has gathered for a very special event. The Little Mermaid is about to celebrate her 15th birthday, and it will be a very festive event indeed, filled with laughter, song, and dance. Let's celebrate, everyone!
Introducing our sister, the Little Mermaid.
special day. Celebrate in every way. All you creatures of the sea, come on and dance and sing with me. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna cross the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna make the waters ring. All the ocean dwellers are here to wish our mermaid lots of cheer. Our 15th birthday's a special day. We're celebrating a special way. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna cross the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna make the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna cross the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna make the waters ring. We planned a special party too, a celebration just for you. We'll have lots of fun and food. It's a special time for you. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna cross the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna make the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, gonna cross the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna make the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna cross the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna make the waters ring. Dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna cross the waters ring. We're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna make the waters ring. A sailor's life's a life for me. Yo ho, yo ho.
Oh, she can hear laughter and singing from above. She just had to discover the source of this merriment, so up she went, bubbling with joy and anticipation.
A sailor's life's a life for me.
What could be happening up there?
Above, a frightful storm had struck. The water rose like great black mountains over the ship's decks. It tossed the ship to and fro.
That looks like my statue. Is this a human? Maybe a prince? He doesn't swim very well. In fact, he looks so helpless.
Immediately, the little mermaid wanted to help him.
He can't breathe. He is not of the sea like us. Why, he will surely die.
The little mermaid rushes to his rescue and gives him the breath of life. She kisses his brow. His eyes open. He is surprised. They hover in the sea, staring at one another. The prince is captivated by the little mermaid's beauty. She starts to dart away, and he grabs her hand. Do you believe in love at first sight? They do. They spin and twirl and play together in the sea. But they are very different. He begins to have trouble breathing. Sadly, the little mermaid has to let her prince go back to the safety of his world. The little mermaid is so sad. Now more than ever, she wants legs. The only one she can tell is her wise old friend, Chester the sea turtle.
Oh, there you are, Chester. I'm so very glad to see you.
Now, what could make such a beautiful little mermaid so unhappy on her birthday?
Why, I don't have any legs. I will never be able to be with my prince.
You know, you might... Yes, I know of a way. but it's most dangerous.
Oh, please, Chester, tell me.
You must seek the help of the wicked, evil sea witch, who lives in the deepest and darkest part of the sea. She is deceitful and treacherous. However, she does hold a key that will unlock your unhappiness.
Oh, Chester, I love him so much. I have to try to see him again.
So the little mermaid waves goodbye to her friend and swims toward the raging whirlpool where the wicked sea witch lurks.
Who would dare approach my lair?
Just me, the little mermaid.
Are you blind? Have you lost your mind? Don't you know I can destroy your kind?
Oh, no, Your Grace, your terribleness. I'm not crazy or lost, but I must confess, I need your help. There's something you must do. Please grant me the favor that I ask of you.
A favor from me? A favor you seek?
Oh, yes. I must have legs and feet.
Legs and feet? Well, I've a notion you'll find your answer at the bottom of the ocean. Deep in a cave is a magic potion. Take a sip, just a nip, from the potion at the bottom of the ocean. And you'll have your wildest dreams and your fondest emotions.
My wildest dreams, my fondest emotions.
Yes, from the potion at the bottom of the ocean.
Just drink the potion? That's all that I must do?
That's all, my dear, for now. But I'm not through with you.
Still further down, she struggles into the mists of these raging currents, fighting her way to the sea witch's cave. The trip grows more difficult, more dangerous with each fathom she descends. She finally reaches a large opening in the cliff and the entrance to the cave. She searches and finds the bottle of magic potion. Without hesitation, she takes a sip.
I know what she wants, silly little creature. She wants to change her tail into legs like her prince. One drink of my potion, her tail will disappear, and she will have legs. All who see her will say she's the most beautiful child of the sea and land. But not without paying a great price. I will take her beautiful voice. I want it. I will have it now!
So the sea witch took the little mermaid's beautiful voice.
Her scales! She's so beautiful! Those fins! It's wonderful!
She can journey to the surface of the sea and goes in search of her prince in the world above.
Each day's a new discovery that is loneliness into a song. If it's long, if it's long.
I'm so happy to finally be with you. Will you marry me and live in my kingdom forever?
Yes, of course, sir. My prince.
So, they thought they were out of my clutches and would live happily ever after? Think again, my pretty little sea beauty. It's time to show the both of you my real power. Ruler of the depths and keeper of all ocean. How can you possibly stand against me? You'll see. Just a twist of my wrist, like this, and I'll make the water spin. Our minds are sure to be your end. I am invincible. Try what you may. But in the end, it's you that will pay. Can't you see you're no match for me? I am the obvious ruler of the sea. Maybe go to the lightning in our warrior style. Try this, you little weaklings. Or is this more worth your while? I'll zap, and I'll clap, and I'll spin my wicked magic. Stick around. The end is surely tragic. Foolish creatures, why do you persist? If this won't stop you, then try this. You think love conquers all?
Love does conquer all, on land and in the sea. And we are the loving proof.
The battle ensued. The sea witch is powerful, but the prince's love for the little mermaid is even stronger. They fight, twisting and twirling. The prince drives the sea witch further and further back toward the raging whirlpool. The sea witch is swallowed by the whirlpool and vanishes into the cavity of the sea. With the sea witch gone, the little mermaid's voice was returned. The prince had won, thus saving the underwater kingdom for all to live happily ever after. Now is the time to rejoice and celebrate. Creatures of the land and sea, come join in the frolic of song and dance.
You know, there just might be a wedding the likes of which you've never seen in the Sea Kingdom.
Getting a molded matting. It's making me a mermaid figurine. Check it out. Okay, let's pull it out. And there's my mermaid. Look at there. How cool.
That is awesome. That's crazy.
The sign right here says mermaids only. So the show was wonderful. We had a really good time. I'm going to be posting it up pretty soon here in a little bit. But we're going to walk around now, and I'm going to show you guys some of the sights. Walked up here, and there's another mermaid. Benches have mermaids. This part is called captain quarters. Looks like they're closed. That's Buccaneer Bay. When it warms up, it's open and you can actually swim and stuff in the bay, in the water. Guys, I hope you can see him. He's right there, a big manatee. Can you see? Over on this side, guys, look, there's a whole bunch of them. Look at that. Look at those manatees. He's swimming. Oh, that looks like that might be a mama and a baby. He got his head turned, guys. Look, he looks like he's smiling. See the manatee, guys? I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy watching the manatees. So we're gonna walk over here to the Mermaid Gallery restaurant. We're gonna get us something to eat. So this is their little Mermaid Gallery restaurant. Let's see what they have to eat. Hi. So, hi everybody. I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me at the Mermaid Park in South Florida a few weekends ago. We had a really good time. It was so much fun. And I also want to tell everybody thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate all the comments, the likes, the support, the shares. It really means a lot to me that you guys are watching my videos. If you have anything that you would like to add, just let me know, and I will really try to get out there and get to it. You know, like anything in Florida, Alabama, the Panhandle, anywhere like that. I don't mind trying to get out there and get to stuff for you guys. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate it. And I really hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon.